So I had some really great questions come in based on backward decoding and reverse sentence reading from some colleagues who tutor online. I don't have a lot of experience with tutoring online. I would do that on snow days when I lived in Oregon and my students' school was canceled, so we'd meet online, and it was great. I hope to do more online tutoring in the future. But for now, I want to answer some of their questions. It was asked, how do I do this when I do remote tutoring, online tutoring? And that's a great question. So I'm going to show you what I came up with. Well, when I did my videos, I used a document camera, and I know some tutors have a document camera when they do it. But if that's not something you want to invest in or don't think you're going to use it for anything else, here's what I'm going to do. And I have a Mac, and I'm sure you have this capability on other computers, but I'm going to go down to my system preferences, and I'm going to find accessibility. We love accessibility. I'm going to go to display. I'm going to change my cursor size. I'm going to make it large, very large, and close that out. So what I'm going to do is the same thing I would do with my hand. When I'm doing this, like for backward word decoding with a student, they know what we're going to do. I say I'm going to cover up the onset and you're going to read the rhyme. Now, this cursor is not like the best shape. There probably are other options for you tech-savvy people to use, like a sticky note or even change what your cursor looks like. And that would be something, if anybody has feedback for that, I would love it. Tell me in the comments if there's a different way to change the shape of your cursor. But I don't think it's super important that they don't see the onset before they read the rhyme, because they can look down and see all of them, and I'm not going to take the time to make sure these are all covered. So when we practice, I'm just going to go like this. My student's going to say tub, ud, dud, gum, us, gus, jug. You get the idea. So I don't think it's super vital they don't see that exact onset of the next words that are coming. Likewise, in reverse sentence reading, same idea. We're going to do it this way. We're going to cover it up, and they know they read whatever's after the cursor. Fun. Had fun. Sam had fun. Mud. The mud. In the mud. Pit in the mud. A pit in the mud. Dug a pit in the mud. Sam dug a pit in the mud. This is also a great way, I didn't mention before, that when we talk about phrasing, is when you come to like the word in, you can point out, oh, there's one of our location words. We know this begins a phrase. What kind of phrase? It's a where phrase. And then we go back and you can talk about, you get to Doug and you say, there's the action. There's the did what. And then you read Sam, oh, this is the who. You can point those things out even though you're doing reverse. But as we know with our students, they will use context. They'll read a sentence and they read the beginning and then they kind of fill in the end. And it makes sense what they fill in. They don't just say something random. Like they don't say Sam dug a pit in the pot. They will say something and it might even be based on the shape of the word. And oftentimes it makes sense because they have that higher cognitive ability. They're going to fill in what makes sense. And because they're taught to read based on shape and also use context. That's a comprehension skill. But for what our purposes, we want them to decode every single word and not fill in what makes sense. We want them to fill in what's actually written. So anyway, I appreciate it. I thank you so much. I had a couple colleagues who do online tutoring ask that, and that's a wonderful question, and also puts in my mind that I need to think about when I present something, how can this translate to online tutoring? So thank you to those colleagues. So blessed to have so many amazing people all across the United States and even other countries to collaborate with, and I appreciate it. So again, thank you for all the people who have subscribed. Please feel free to share my channel, get it out there, and have a fantastic weekend.